Welcome back, viewers, and this is the next video in continuation to the virtualization videos we are making currently for XEN. And in this topic, in this video segment, I am going to cover various Windows issues, I must say, like how to create Windows machine and which specific parameters you should take care of, and how to install para virtual drivers on your Windows XP machine to make it faster, because you know that hardware assisted virtual machine uses an emulated version of your hardware which is of course which makes it slow. Right, first of all I'm going to shut down this Linux VM. I don't need it anymore, it's consuming 500 MB RAM, so let's shut it down. I'm going to show you first two versions of Windows XP. Both are installed from the same CD. Let this machine shut down and then I'll explain. Okay, shut off. Fine. Let me boot this Windows XP 1 and 2, both machines. Run. I can show you the screen and I can show you the graphs here. Yes. Okay, this machine is starting up. I want to show you these graphs which is showing here. So it's booting up. Okay, 500 MB is the RAM, so let's hide that, no need. It's booting up this Windows XP machine, and how much CPU it is utilizing, that's also important. Both this Windows XP machine and Windows XP no APIC machine, both were given 2 CPUs. I can show you here. CPUs 2, okay, 2 CPUs, both are given same 520 MB RAM, etc. Okay, so you see 95% of CPU usage at boot up. Dropping down to 68. I don't want to do a running commentary on this one, but I am unable to pause the video, so I just have to keep saying something to keep your interest. Otherwise it will become a dry, boring, silent video. Come on, boot up. Okay, I can even show this CPU. Can I reduce the... okay, it's booted up. Okay, so I can show you full screen. Okay, antivirus software not there, no problem. Thank you, I don't need a tour, and I know I have to activate. Alright, start and all that. The screensaver, this background is also there, and remove the full screen. Now see the graph gone down. See the CPU usage gone down to 1.5%. okay, it's not utilizing much of it now. 1 to 3 to 7, under 10% CPU usage in idle state. Overall host CPU utilization has also gone down. Fine. Now what's my point? I'll make my point once I boot up the second machine. This one's also created with the same CD, same number of processors, and let's start this. Show you the interface. It's booting up. Okay, CPU usage, this much is enough. Okay, kind of boring, but bear with me. Okay. Basically, this Windows version which I booted off first, simple WinXP written here, was created using APIC special parameters, APIC and ACPI, I believe. Advanced. What was that? Let me open my browser here. I'll show you and let it boot. Meanwhile, modern day processors support APIC and ACPI. One is advanced ACPI, controllable programmable interface, I think. It's not, it's mentioned here. I've put it here in my document. Okay, ACPI is Advanced Configuration and Power Interface, ACPI, and APIC is Advanced Programmable Interrupt Controller. So one of the machines is created with both of these parameters, and one machine is created with none of these two parameters. The one without these two parameters or directives is consuming 88% CPU, but still booting, so let's forgive this for the moment. Come on, boot up. It's really a pain to... Okay, thank you Windows. Well, I should say thank you Microsoft. It's booted. See the CPU usage, 87, 88%, 90%. See the host CPU. Check the graph. Oh my god. And check this graph. Oh, touching full CPU utilization. This one is touching the roof, hitting the roof, and it's not doing anything. I can swear it's not doing processing anything. I can show you full screen. I intentionally left the background image intact. If you think that this balloon has something to do with this, it has nothing to do with the CPU utilization. Let me show you again. Okay, see, 70, 91%. It will stay there no matter what. Another interesting stuff I'll show you in a moment, but first, before shutting it down, because I hate this consuming so much of my CPU, I want to show you something really interesting which I can only show you in full screen. Start. Where is that control panel? Where is that? Here. Performance and maintenance, I believe. Okay, system, yeah, this one. Alright, go to hardware, go to, okay, thank you. Where's that? Device manager. Open up. This is the Windows version which I installed without APIC or ACPI. Okay. What is the difference? That's what I'm going to show you. Click this computer, it will show you MPS, multiprocessor PC. Okay. This is simplistic version of a processor. Disk drives are QEMU hard disk or QMO, no problem. Cyrus Logic display adapter, QEMU CD-ROM, floppy, not important. CD-ROM not important. Not important. IDE drives, okay, not important. Keyboard, mice, monitor, not important. Network card, yes. Realtek 8139, this is important. And this PCI device is unknown. These ports are there. Sound devices, although I have specified no sounds, no sound hardware, still it shows me this thing. System devices, you see these Intel 82441FX Pentium R Pro processor to PCI bridge. This is quite slow. Anyway, what I can do is I can do take screenshot. Okay, call it WinXP no APIC .jpg probably. Save. Okay. PNG. Okay, it's saved as PNG. Okay, close this. View full screen. Undo. Okay, close device manager. Move this window here. It's consuming 90%. I'm going to shut it down by using start, shut, turn off, okay, and then again undo the full screen so I can see what's happening here. Okay, shutting down. Okay, see how slow it is. Windows, it's safe to turn off your CPU, your computer, and it's utilizing 86% of CPU even in this state, because it was created with no ACPI and no APIC parameters. So this wastes my CPUs. Look at this physical host, it has gone mad, 99% of usage. So I'll shut it down, force off. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, close this window. See this, shut off, drop down 0%. And this version of Windows, which I showed you before, this one is created with with APIC and with ACPI parameters both. Look at what hardware it has. Note that both virtual machines are installed on the same physical host, same CD, but two different parameters. Performance and maintenance. System. Come on, system. Okay, hardware. Device manager. Okay. Full screen would be better. Maximize. Okay. Look at first the computer. See the difference? This is ACPI multiprocessor PC. And what is ACPI? Advanced controllable programmable interrupt something. What's that? ACPI. Advanced configuration and power interface. Advanced configuration and power interface. This is advanced configuration and power interface multiprocessor PC. Great. Display is same. CD is QEMU. Disk drive is QEMU. ID is same. Monitor is same. Network is Realtek same. Let me open disk drive here. Okay. And these ports are same. Processors. See, this one is showing you processors here. Was that showing processors? I don't remember. Okay. Sound, forget sound. System devices. This one has got a long list of system devices, right? This has got DMA controller, high precision event timer, and it's got ISA PNP, ACPI compliant system. This is important. And programmable interrupt controller. ACPI has advanced configuration power. I always forget, sorry, I'm very bad at this. Advanced configuration and power interface, whereas APIC is advanced programmable interrupt controller. So full screen, advanced, this is programmable interrupt controller is also present, system timer, etc. Fine. Alright, so we don't need USB, we don't need this other devices, don't need processors. So this one is a decent list to take snapshot of, right? So let's use our take screenshot, WinXP-no APIC, and will automatically save it as PNG. Okay, done. See, now how do you specify? Sorry, let me allow me to shut it down because the purpose is served. So let me shut it down like this: start, shut down, turn off, and you will see that it shuts down itself automatically, and here it will automatically update its status as shut down, shut off. You will see. See, it's shut off. Now the question comes to everyone's mind that how do you create an efficient installation of Windows XP in the first place? Same goes for Windows 2003. So here is the procedure. It is the procedure does not depend on the fact that whether you use a file-based disk or an LVM-based disk. It's irrespective of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the screen here, and I'm going to do LV scan. I have this these logical volumes. Now how much disk space still I have? This much seems to be 55515, and 17.8 is already being used, but how much do I have? Very easy answer. VG display will tell you that this disk store is currently utilizing 17.88, which you just calculated from here. This is allocated physical extent or size, and free is about 32 GB of free space still it has. Okay, so we have plenty of space to play with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use LV create command. And how am I going to use that? LV controller, LV create. Okay, great. LV create. I'm going to create a 5 GB LVM. It's not going to be a snapshot. Its name is going to be Windows, not Windows, just Win is enough. Win extra pane test. This is going to be the name of the LVM, and the name is going to be of the disk store. What was the command? I'm totally forgetting. Oh. Okay, sorry. LV create minus help, and this one is with snapshot, volume group name. Okay. So where's my command? Here, minus name, and then I'm going to provide volume group name. it's going to be disk store. Alright, so I create this. Okay, created. Okay, WinXP test is created. I do LV scan and I see a 5 GB of LVM created immediately, and it's not a snapshot. And just for some fun, let's see how much. Okay, the utilization has gone up and free space has gone down in the volume group named disk store, just to make you just to develop the habit in you, the viewers, that always check after each step certain things so you don't land in troubles. Alright, this is created. Now how am I going to create virtual machine out of it? Very easy. Go to Virtual Machine Manager, create new. Where is that new? Click this localhost, create new, and here's the technique I'm going to show you. Look closely. If you just create the machine like this, WinXP test full virtualized 64-bit architecture, no problem, because it will fall back to 32-bit OS. By the way, I'm using 32-bit Windows installer CD. I'm going to use Windows XP 32-bit forward. ISO image is going to be this much, this one, Windows XP Service Pack 3 Dell. Okay, forward block device location. I'm kind of doing it very fast, but since it is already done multiple times, so copy this LVM bath from here, paste it here, forward default virtual network, forward size of RAM 512 MB is enough. Let's give it 2 CPUs. Okay, forward. Here is the summary. This is the disk store, which is 5 GB of size. Alright, if I press finish now, this virtual machine manager or virtual manager will create the Windows XP machine and the installation will start, but it will have APIC and ACPI parameters set as false or off, and that would reflect in the installation of the whole Windows from first step till the last step. And the worst thing is, if you realize later in your setup after you install Windows that, oh, I should have set up ACPI and APIC parameters to true in the configuration file, and you shut down the machine, virtual machine, edit the parameters, boot up the machine, it will still not honor those parameters. It will still show MPS multiprocessor PC instead of ACPI multiprocessor PC in the device manager, and the speed will also be pathetic, just as you saw. So the trick is, you press finish here, the VM would start like this, and then you force it off here. Yes, force it off. The installation seemed to be started, but you force it off. Close this window. Go to etc XEN, where the config files of all the virtual machines are held. List minus ltrh will show you the latest file at the bottom. See this? Okay, so edit this. WinXP, come on, test Okay, here's interesting stuff. Physical address extension is set to on. That's good. ACPI is set to off. You have to turn it on. APIC is also off. Turn it on. Don't touch anything else except one more thing, which is boot from C. If you leave it intact just like this, save and exit, I'll show you what it does. Now try booting this test machine. Start. Fatal, no bootable device. Boot from hard disk failed. Okay. Power down. Yes. Close this window. Edit your file. I believe you can also edit it from this hardware, that you set boot options from here to CD-ROM. Apply. Close this. You can start now, but I just want to make sure that this change from the GUI has its effect here. WinXP-test. Yes, it has its effect here. Now boot is set to D. Okay. If you don't do it from GUI, you can just specify boot is equal to D instead of C. It's very simplistic. C is assumed to be the C drive as what it used to be in DOS and Windows, and D was normally the CD drive, D drive, as in DOS and Windows. Rest of the things, PAE is physical address extension is on, ACPI is on, APIC is on. Since Windows is not installed right now, we just abandoned the installation right in the beginning. We can now safely start this machine. We can now start this machine, and the installation will start. See, inspecting your system, and now once it will follow all the steps in the next 2 hours or so. It's very painful installation. When it follows all these steps and eventually gives you the screen, the logon screen or the usable screen, it would be an ACPI and APIC enabled multiprocessor PC. It would be faster than the one which is with no APIC configured. So by default, XEN will allot APIC and ACPI is equal to 0. If you are experiencing this problem which I explained earlier, that your CPU was hitting the roof, then probably that is what you need to look in. Welcome to setup, and I don't want to set up, so press F3 to quit. To continue, enter. To quit, press F3 again. Okay, I don't want to, so we'll shut down and I'll force it off. I don't need you, thank you very much, and goodbye to Windows. Alright, so since I'm done with this, I can delete this virtual machine, WinXP test deleted, and its LVM, let's see, LVM, LVScan still exists, and the machine is shut down, and it's deleted as well. So I can LV remove minus verbose. I can remove this thing. Yes. Alright, so this LVM is deleted. LV scan again. So I have this XP with me. Alright, so what does my window manager shows? Where is that? It shows me WinXP and WinXP no APIC. So since I don't need this pathetically slow Windows no APIC version, I can also delete this. Before deleting, let me check what is the disk being used with it, because I can't see a related LVM here. So cat Windows XP dash no APIC. Okay, it's using WinXP XP disk store. This is the LVM it's using. So what is the simple WinXP using? That's interesting. Oh, it's installed on the partition on my physical host. Okay, fine. So I can delete this. I can delete this LVM as well, because this is being used by this virtual machine, WinXP no APIC. Delete this. Yes. Minimize and LV remove Windows XP disk. Yes. Alright. Now if I power on my XP, it will boot off from my SDA6. Remember, this is the Windows machine which we created in the first few videos. fdisk-L shows me on this physical host that SDA6 is this partition, about 10 GB, 9.7 GB in size, which I gave to Windows XP. Okay, so I can conclude this topic here and do the actual paravirtual drivers installation in the next segment. Okay, so see you in the next video. This video covered APIC and no APIC, APIC and ACPI parameters and the effect it has on various Windows installations. I have this Windows 2003 as well. This is installed with APIC and ACPI both enabled, so it's quite fast. But still it's not fast enough, because I still need to install paravirtual drivers, which I'm going to cover in the next video. So goodbye for now and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.